Question 1. A healthcare company processes terabytes of patient records daily for machine learning analytics. Data is streamed in real time from IoT medical devices. Processing should be cost-effective and fully managed. Some reports require batch processing, while others require real-time processing. Which AWS architecture is the best choice? Options: A. Use Amazon Kinesis data streams for real-time ingestion and AWS Glue for batch processing. B. Use Amazon SQS to queue messages and process them with AWS Lambda. C. Use an EC2-based Apache Spark cluster for data transformation. D. Store data in Amazon S3 and use Redshift Spectrum for real-time queries. Correct answer: A. Use Amazon Kinesis data streams for real-time ingestion and AWS Glue for batch processing. Explanation: Kinesis data streams handles real-time streaming data ingestion efficiently. AWS Glue is a fully managed ETL service optimized for batch processing. Both services are cost-effective and fully managed, reducing operational overhead. Why not other options? Option B. SQS is useful for event-driven processing but not optimized for real-time analytics. Option C. Managing an EC2-based Apache Spark cluster adds complexity and operational costs. Option D. Redshift Spectrum is for querying data in S3 but does not support real-time streaming. Question 2. A financial company has multiple AWS accounts for different teams. Developers need limited access to production environments. A centralized authentication system should be implemented. The solution should be scalable across multiple accounts and enforce least privilege access. Which AWS service should be used? Options: A. Use IAM users in each account with unique credentials. B. Use IAM roles with cross-account access policies. C. Use AWS IAM Identity Center, AWS SSO, for centralized authentication. D. Use resource-based policies to manage access between accounts. Correct answer: C. Use AWS IAM Identity Center, AWS SSO, for centralized authentication. Explanation: AWS IAM Identity Center, SSO, simplifies user authentication and role-based access control across accounts. It allows integration with external identity providers, Okta, Active Directory, etc. Centralized management ensures security best practices are followed. Why not other options? Option A. Managing IAM users in each account separately is complex and unscalable. Option B. Cross-account IAM roles require manual setup and maintenance. Option D. Resource-based policies are effective for individual services, but do not manage user access at scale. Question 3. A social media startup expects a massive increase in traffic due to a viral marketing campaign. The application should scale dynamically with demand. Downtime must be minimal during high traffic spikes. The architecture should be cost-effective. Which AWS solution best meets these requirements? Options: A. Deploy the application on a single EC2 instance with an auto-scaling group. B. Use AWS Elastic Beanstalk with an application load balancer and auto-scaling. C. Use Amazon EC2 Spot instances for cost efficiency. D. Deploy an AWS Lambda function behind an API gateway. Correct answer: B. Use AWS Elastic Beanstalk with an application load balancer and auto-scaling. Explanation: Elastic Beanstalk automatically scales based on traffic demand. Application load balancer ensures high availability and distributes traffic efficiently. Auto-scaling automatically adjusts EC2 instances to handle increased load. Why not other options? Option A. A single EC2 instance is not scalable or highly available. Option C. Spot instances may be interrupted, leading to application downtime. Option D. Lambda is serverless, but may not handle persistent connections efficiently. Question 4. A banking institution requires a disaster recovery (DR) plan for its online transaction processing system. Minimal data loss is acceptable, RPO 5 minutes. Failover to a secondary region should be seamless. The solution should be cost-effective while ensuring business continuity. Which disaster recovery strategy should be implemented? Options: A. Pilot light, maintain minimal resources in the DR region and scale up when needed. B. Hot standby, maintain fully operational resources in both primary and DR regions. C. Backup and restore, periodically back up the database and restore it when needed. D. Use Amazon CloudFront to route traffic dynamically between regions. Correct answer: A. Pilot light, maintain minimal resources in the DR region and scale up when needed. Explanation: Pilot light keeps essential services running and allows quick scaling during a disaster. Ensures cost efficiency while meeting RPO requirements. Why not other options? Option B. Hot standby is highly available but expensive. Option C. Backup and restore is too slow for mission-critical banking applications. Option D. CloudFront optimizes content delivery but is not a disaster recovery strategy. Question 5. A manufacturing company has a hybrid cloud environment with on-premises data centers and AWS resources. The company needs a secure, high-performance network connection between on-premises and AWS. Data transfer costs should be minimized. The connection should not rely on public internet traffic. Which AWS service is the best choice? Options: A. Use AWS VPN for a secure connection over the internet. B. Use AWS Direct Connect for a dedicated private connection. C. Use Amazon Route 53 to resolve DNS requests between on-premises and AWS. D. Use AWS Transit Gateway to interconnect multiple VPCs with on-premises. Correct answer: B. Use AWS Direct Connect for a dedicated private connection. Explanation: Direct Connect provides a dedicated, high-bandwidth private network between AWS and on-premises. Reduces data transfer costs compared to internet-based VPN solutions. More reliable and lower latency than a standard VPN. Why not other options? Option A. VPN is secure but relies on the internet, causing higher latency and inconsistent performance. Option C. Route 53 is for DNS resolution, not network connectivity. Option D. Transit Gateway manages VPC interconnectivity but does not provide a direct connection to on-premises. Question 6. A global e-commerce company is deploying a new web application across multiple AWS regions. The application should handle high traffic loads efficiently. Data should be consistent across all regions with minimal replication lag. Latency should be optimized based on the user's geographical location. Which architecture provides the best solution? Options: A. Use Amazon Route 53 with latency-based routing and Amazon Aurora Global Database. B. Use an application load balancer with auto-scaling in one region and replicate the database periodically. C. Use AWS Global Accelerator with an RDS multi-AZ deployment. D. Use Amazon CloudFront for content distribution and replicate the database manually across regions. Correct answer: A. Use Amazon Route 53 with latency-based routing and Amazon Aurora Global Database. Explanation: Route 53 latency-based routing ensures users connect to the closest region. Aurora Global Database provides low-latency cross-region replication with minimal data lag. Ensures high availability and global scalability for a multi-region application. Why not other options? Option B. A single region deployment with periodic database replication may cause data inconsistency. Option C. Global Accelerator improves performance but does not handle multi-region database replication. Option D. CloudFront is for caching static content, not for managing cross-region databases. Question 7. A media company needs a cost-effective solution to store and analyze petabytes of unstructured video and image data. Data should be stored efficiently with low cost. Analytics queries should be processed without provisioning infrastructure. Data must be accessible with minimal latency when needed. Which AWS architecture is most suitable? Options: A. Store data in Amazon S3 and use Amazon Athena for queries. B. Use Amazon RDS for storing all media files and run SQL queries. C. Use Amazon EFS to store video and image files, then process with Lambda. D. Use DynamoDB with on-demand capacity for fast retrieval of video files. Correct answer, A. Store data in Amazon S3 and use Amazon Athena for queries. Explanation: S3 provides low-cost, durable storage for petabyte-scale unstructured data. Athena allows running SQL queries on S3 data without provisioning servers. The combination is highly cost-effective for large-scale analytics workloads. Why not other options? Option B. RDS is designed for structured data, not large-scale unstructured media files. Option C. EFS is suitable for shared file storage, but is more expensive than S3. Option D. DynamoDB is optimized for key-value lookups, not bulk media storage. Question 8. A large enterprise has multiple AWS accounts for different business units. Security policies should be enforced centrally. IAM permissions must follow the principle of least privilege. Users should log in with a single authentication system. Which solution is the best fit? Options: A. Use IAM users in each account and manually assign permissions. B. Use AWS organizations with SCPs and IAM Identity Center, AWS SSO. C. Create individual IAM roles for each business unit and use cross-account trust. D. Use AWS KMS to encrypt all user credentials across accounts. Correct answer: B. Use AWS organizations with SCPs and IAM Identity Center, AWS SSO. Explanation: AWS organizations helps manage multiple accounts with centralized billing and security controls. Service control policies, SCPs, enforce governance across all accounts. AWS IAM Identity Center, SSO, enables centralized authentication. Why not other options? Option A. Managing IAM users in each account is inefficient and error-prone. Option C. Cross-account IAM roles work but are harder to manage at scale. Option D. AWS KMS encrypts data but does not manage authentication across accounts. Question 9. A financial services company wants to process millions of transactions daily in real time. The system must be fully managed and serverless. The solution should be event-driven and scale automatically. Processing should be fast and cost-efficient. Which AWS services should be used? Options: A. Use AWS Lambda with Amazon Event Bridge for event processing. B. Deploy an EC2 auto-scaling group with a self-hosted Kafka cluster. C. Use Amazon OpenSearch for real-time processing of transaction logs. D. Use Amazon RDS with read replicas for high-speed data processing. Correct answer: A. Use AWS Lambda with Amazon Event Bridge for event processing. Explanation: Lambda scales automatically and processes events with minimal cost. Event Bridge routes event-driven data to Lambda functions efficiently. The combination is fully managed and requires no infrastructure maintenance. Why not other options? Option B. Managing Kafka on EC2 adds unnecessary operational overhead. Option C. OpenSearch is great for search, not event-driven transaction processing. Option D. RDS is not designed for real-time event-driven workloads. Question 10. A global airline company needs a disaster recovery (DR) plan for its booking system. Downtime must be minimal in case of failure, RTO 5 minutes. Data should be replicated across AWS regions. The solution must balance cost and high availability. Which DR strategy is the best choice? Options: A. Warm standby, run a scaled-down version of the system in another region. B. Backup and restore, periodically back up the database and restore when needed. C. Multi-AZ RDS, with automatic failover and cross-region replication. D. Pilot light, keep only critical services running in a secondary region. Correct answer: A. Warm standby, run a scaled-down version of the system in another region. Explanation: Warm standby balances cost and availability by running a small version of the system. Can quickly scale up in case of failure, RTO 5 minutes. More cost-effective than hot standby, but provides faster recovery than Pilot Lite. Why not other options? Option B, backup and restore is too slow for a mission-critical application. Option C, multi-AZ-RDS is great for failover but does not provide cross-region redundancy. Option D, Pilot Lite takes longer to scale up than warm standby.